ones that will bear this brunt. You know what they talk about when two elephants fight? Who bears the brunt? The grass does. And if Pengassin and Dangote to continue with this, then that shows we'll have scarcity of not just fuel. There'll be PMS scarcity, diesel scarcity, kerosene scarcity, even cooking gas scarcity. Quite interesting time indeed in Nigeria.
Quite interesting time. Good morning and thanks for joining us on VOP this morning. That's Voice of the People Television. And the star program is VOP this morning. I am Chukwuma Okoro. Now, away from all those, we also have Serap urges Tinubu to disclose INEC chair appointment process. Now, those are the major topics of discussion for today. But we also have other interesting trending stories. But before we get into all of that, we'll ask you to click on the subscription button and subscribe to our YouTube page. On YouTube, we are VOP TV Live. On other social media platforms, at VOP TV Live too. Now, let's get into interesting stories. Now, Tinubu inherited deep challenges, says Coca. Charter stockbroker Olumuyiwa Coca believes President Bola Tinubu inherited deep challenges that couldn't be erased in 2 years. Coca, who ran for governor in 2018, praises Tinubu's efforts in tackling entrenched systems, including removing fuel subsidies and stabilizing the currency market. He highlights Tinubu's progress in restoring academic calendars, expanding healthcare access, and driving infrastructure development. Coca suggests former Ekiti governor Kayode Fayemi could have prioritized agriculture over airport projects for more impactful results, where he also believes the presidency should remain in the south to honor the rotation principle and preserve stability. Well, Coca said quite a lot, and it's quite interesting. If you know how Nigerians feel about the story, you simply need to go to X. You need to go to X to see how Nigerians are reacting to it. Some people say, well, the president should have known that, that Nigeria was in a deep mess before he took over, and that he promised Nigerians that he was going to put in his best. Is he putting in his best? Is he putting in his best? That's the question Nigerians are asking. And he also said, the president said, don't pity me. I know what I'm coming into. I took the job and all of that. Now, Nigerians are also asking, inherited deep what? From who? Is it from the PDP or from the APC? Well, it's not, Chukwuma Okoro will not tell you. The answers are very clear. Because as at the time Jonathan left government, inflation, exchange rate, debt exposure, we know the numbers. And the numbers have escalated, have skyrocketed from 8, about inflation from 8 to 22 as at the time he left it. Now from 22, it got to 34, 38 at a point. Exchange rate from 220, APC met it at 220 and took it to 780. And what again? And fuel itself, APC left, PDP left the fuel price at 187 or between 187 and 220 in different parts of the country. Now APC took it to how much? So all of those things are in the public domain. This is not subject to argument. Nigerians know what the president inherited from who he inherited it and all of that. But the main issue here is what efforts is the president making, is the government making to ensure that Nigeria goes back to where it was. A lot of people say, look, because Nigeria was in a deep mess, that was why APC had to come to untangle all of that. It's a big question. It's a big question that Nigerians are asking. Coca also went ahead to say, well, Kayode Fayemi shouldn't have built an airport. He should have prioritized. By the way, Coca said that the president is walking around infrastructure, healthcare services, and all of that. And I'm asking, healthcare services, and the president goes abroad, senior government officials. The other time it was the Senate president. The other time it was the minister of FCT were rumored to have gone. Both of them were rumored to have gone abroad for medical care. And we are hearing that the president is doing very well in healthcare services and infrastructure and all of that. Oh, well, I think it's very clear for everyone to see. It's more than clear for everyone to see, because when you're talking about what Coca said, someone asked him, where have you been since 2018 after you vied for the governorship candidate in your state? And he said, I've been trying to shuttle between Nigeria and also UK. Politics happens to be
part of daily life. And I want to ask, is this statement from him now more like a political statement? Because when you're trying to credit the president for the fact that he pulled out fuel subsidy, Nigerians are asking, of what benefit is this to us? Because I believe that if you say that some persons are trying to soak or milk Nigeria dry through the fuel subsidy policy, and then he wanted to remove it so that Nigerians would benefit from what we know happens to be the gift of God to us in Nigeria. We're not seeing any gift. We're not seeing anything. We're not getting any fruit from it. Rather, we're still diving deep into economic, hardship and all that. Now, when you're talking about a healthcare sector, and every other thing that he made mention of, saying that those were the things that the president have done, and he was kind of trying to applaud him for his good work and everything. The likes of Adams Oshomole said something that is going to be a bit difficult for the present president to put everything in order, reason being that he inherited a near bankrupted economy from his predecessor. Remember that he said something, I am going to start from where he stopped. And we're not seeing anything different, because the same thing that the former president did within his 8 years is what we're getting at this point in time. Just that the only difference is we're getting more like a more expanded tax net, and purchasing power is kind of reducing. Remember, some persons actually said that during their manifesto and all that. Now, I am not seeing anything different from what Coca is saying, from what the All Progressives Congress as a party have been putting up in terms of defending their activities to Nigeria for like 10 years now. They've been there. This is more than 10 years, if I'm to use that word, because they took over office in May 29, and this is September. They've done more than 10 years now. And yet, they are yet to liberate Nigeria from that, which they say happens to be the shackles that PDP fixed Nigeria in over 16 years. I should be happy. I said this on Saturday on this table. My mom would my mother would be like, calm down, things will be better. Nigeria is going to be great again. And it is now my turn to tell my children, hold on, things will get better. You cannot eat so biscuit today because we're trying to ration it. Maybe when things get better, you eat it.
When people say Nigeria will get better, I'm tempted to always ask myself, when was it better? Because I remember 60s. The song, Nigeria go better, Africa go better, my people go survival. That was a long time ago. At that time, they were still saying Nigeria will be better. So we've been telling ourselves the same story over and over again.
If we were to call those people...
Is Nigeria not better?
Is it better now?
I'm asking.
Better than what?
Better than from...
what are you comparing it to?
Between 1979 and now, haven't we made progress?
Haven't we? I'm pretty... Well, have we made progress?
Yeah, I'm trying to get out where the
because I know that, the currency was good at some point.
Okay.
I know there were some things my mom bought that were, if you compare it to the currency, now you were like, she bought a gas cooker for about 7 naira.
Naira was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money at the time. It was a lot of money at the time. She bought a blanket for, what now, 10 naira? Lovely yellow blanket, I should remember. Very fluffy, very fluffy. So they got a lot of things that when you compare, you're like, oh, it was cheaper then. But the truth of the matter is, when you look at the currency then and now, I don't think the difference was much.
No, our economy was actually doing better then.
It was doing better.
It was doing better. But like a lot of people, some people also said that Nigeria has made progress because at that point, we didn't have telecommunication. We didn't have handsets. We didn't have phone.
When did telecom come? Okay. When did the world delve into that? That was late 80s.
Okay.
Yes, that was when the world started talking. 90s,
but we didn't have it until 2000.
Until when someone decided to say, let me privatize the way I chat with my friend, so that my latest will no longer be carried into an
You know why I brought in this angle? Someone actually said that the only progress Nigeria has made is the telephony.
It wasn't Nigeria making it. It was the world. No. We only keyed into it.
Keyed into it. Do you make power? The white man has made power. Just key into it, you cannot.
Well,
the white man makes syringes, buys syringes and medicines.
We've keyed into power, but we are shortchanging ourselves.
Exactly the point.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So, now it's okay to talk about the presidency and the presidents and the APC, what they haven't done, but I'm tempted to look at the local government. The local government also. We're talking about local government chairmen and the councillors and the rest of them. Now, you talked about healthcare, and I think the provision of healthcare facilities in primary health centers is within the purview of the local government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they doing it? How many of them are doing it?
And
Not many.
I think
Rather, what we are seeing now is, I mean, we're talking about local government autonomy. And what we are seeing now are local government officials, you know, enjoying the largesse, government largesse, going abroad, taking their wives abroad, spending taxpayers' money. So everybody wants a piece of the cake without giving the dividends of democracy to the people.
Talking about local government, I'm yet to confirm that in my state. I hear that councillors are supposed to receive 240,000 naira as monthly salary.
Okay.
But they are rejecting it. They are kicking. They say it's 240,000 naira. They're saying it's far too small. You know, way too small
job they were doing
for their offices, and because of the amount of money that the state receives at the local government level. I'm yet to confirm that. That is in the news. You know, I bumped into it this morning.
Well, if senators are earning what now?
Five local government areas.
Okay.
But
so
the councillor represents a ward, and my ward is 1, 2, 3, 4 villages. So you will understand why. Away from
the president also have the autonomy.
I'm surprised that they are not pushing for that.
I think time will tell. Government on their neck and their jugular. Away from that story, we have another interesting revelation. This is a The dynamic between these key figures will significantly impact the 2027 presidential election. While Jonathan Atiku and Obi are vying for the ADC ticket, the party's internal struggles and zoning arrangement will influence the outcome. Interested one, when I saw this yesterday, you know, on X, some persons were reacting to more like, are you sure the fate of Nigeria by 2027 will not be decided by some persons again? Others were asking, what does Jonathan have to do with coalition? I thought he said he's not going to go back to, the seat and all that. Have he sorted the issue about swearing in the third time? And, a whole lot of questions were coming up. Some were even asking, well, Atiku Abubakar still be there. He should step back and just be this. Then on the part of the obedient team, they were of the opinion that their man will never be a second fader. And